Doom, doom, doo, doo, doo. Think we are live.
Hey.
I'm waiting for the notification to come through so I can share it. Yes,
Dang, no love. Nobody's excited about today.
it's all right.
There we go.
It's all right.
No. I'm looking at the social
zero.
media.
There's two people on.
I'm looking at our social media account. It's like,
What about it?
Join us for Pastors Unfiltered. Our very own Pastor Lewis here. Crickets. Yeah.
They're like, we know him.
I just had to. I went in. Hey, if nobody's gonna clap for me, I'm gonna clap for myself. I shared it.
There you go. Listen, that's what I'm talking about.
I hear that. That's what I'm talking about, Lou.
I was in a meeting with you the entire time, so that's what.
No, it's all good.
That's my excuse.
Right.
Well, that ain't the excuse you gave me.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. I'm walking I am. I am powerful, vulnerable.
Dang, we already had one loss. Lewis, I'm sorry. Like, we had one loss. We came on and people left.
Like, dang, these. So, hey, it's okay, though. Because at the end of the day, I know who I am. I know who I am. I know who I am responsible to.
Look at that.
And I don't need likes.
You don't need nobody. I
don't need shares.
You don't need nobody, Lou.
Like I said,
you need you, Turbo, and Danae, and
in a different order. In a different order.
Yeah,
Danae, Turbo.
Turbo's the glue that holds them together for now. Listen, Angie says, "I'm here for you, Lou."
I appreciate
it. You got some love.
Pastor Bobby's here.
Pastor Bobby's here. Patrick Francis said, "You got one, Lewis. You got one person with you.
Let's go.
We rolling with you.
We rolling. Yeah, man.
Did you share the video?
I share both. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Hey, if nobody's gonna clap for me, myself. Let's go.
We got 17 on here.
We got 17. Lewis got 17. Oh, look at that.
18.
Let's go.
It's climbing. They coming on. Hey, Amy has told me that she's been on 33 times.
Yeah,
already.
I get that notification too.
Hey, Amy, we know you're here, and we love the fact that you're here.
She likes to pop on.
Wow, Kate. You see what Kate said?
If you're good, I'll share. If you're good, I'll share next go. Means she'll be on?
No, she'll share.
She'll share it next go around. Oh, that's cold-blooded, Kate.
It's all good.
You know what? You got to perform.
Blood.
There is a little bit of pressure.
We dropped even more.
There is a little bit of pressure with this time because
my dad even said he's here for you.
Because I'm rocking with Terry. I'm rocking with Terry.
He got
right here.
My wife said, "Was I not supposed to share?" Wow, man, it's been steadily. Listen, we hit a nice number.
Hey, we better start going.
Now we might as well get started. Let's go.
We better get
started, man. I will say there is a little bit of pressure today because
it's still going down. Ouch!
Come on, man.
The last couple times that I've been on as a part of like a youth pastors get together. We're in a different light now.
It's a whole. It's no longer youth pastor Lou on here now.
You messing it all up, Lou. Man,
I appreciate you, Amy.
I'm supposed to say that. You ain't supposed to come on and commentate your own show.
Hey, I'm running this mug.
You said commentate your own show.
Hey, soon enough we'll have another podcast on the Relevant Podcast Network. Soon enough.
Yes, we got. Listen, we've got a lot of podcasts popping up, and I love it. Big shout out to Man the Faith Up.
Man the Faith Up. Let's do this. Y'all ready?
Let's go.
We got 20. Let's go. We gotta go. Anyway. Welcome back, everybody, to Season 3 of Pastors Unfiltered. My name is Denver. This episode is brought to you by Wishy Washy Laundromat, where you could wish you could wash your sins away with our new Holy Roly Mega Washers and the Devil's a Lie Cool Air Dryers. Also featuring the Mary Magdalene Folding Service and always Dose Sauce.
See, I wonder what Denver does.
When you wish you could watch this, I'm weak.
Denver's just waiting to lab
wish you can wash them away. It ain't guaranteed that you're gonna wash them away, but you don't wish you gonna wash them away.
You gonna wish you gonna wash it.
Denver, you're a funny dude, man.
Oh my gosh, Denver's got all the jokes right now. That is hilarious.
Anyway, all right, I'm back. All right, tonight I have with me, as always, my brother, my pastor, Pastor Mwanya of Relevant Niles, Michigan.
What's up? What's up?
Our special guest this evening is our campus pastor, Pastor Lewis Boyden III of Relevant Niles, Michigan.
My brothers, it's an honor and a privilege.
Thank you, man.
Listen, you're not Louis Farrakhan, okay? Like that was very Louis Farrakhan-y. I don't want to lose viewers because they think
wait, hold on.
Junior's on here.
Oh, that was funny.
So, what's up, guys? You know what it is. It is Pastors Unfiltered. This is conversations between some friends, some pastors, some leaders that just love Jesus and love life. And we just want to show up unfiltered. See, pastoring causes many of us to wear a mask and hold ourselves in a way that we don't reveal ourselves in front of people. But at Relevant Church, we're starting a trend where pastors get real and pastors get unfiltered. But here's the deal. All of the views and all of the expressions are simply musings of the individual who is speaking. Please do not hold Dope Sauce, Relevant Church, Grand Rapids, Niles, or Riverside responsible for anything that is said here, especially not Relevant Niles. Please, not Relevant Niles.
I can't.
And so...
Look, did you just take a big old hit out of a grape?
Bro, that was the biggest 100% juicy juice that I've ever seen, Lewis. My gosh. She said, "Oh, here we go. We got the first question. I love this. I love this question right here."
Oh, wow.
Ooh. That's
a very good question.
We want to know.
That's a for the longest time, I wouldn't even be able to answer that question. But through some soul searching and the help of some awesome brothers, a united brotherhood, some would say, I discovered that I am a powerful, vulnerable, confident man.
Hold on. Campbell said Lou taking communion.
I'm trying to get our sponsorship up.
Lewis, where's the bread?
I'm trying to get Ocean Spray.
All you're drinking is the blood. We need some bread.
The blood that gives me strength from day to day. It will never.
Oh, that right there was perfect. Pastor Campbell. Big shout out to Pastor Campbell up in upstate New York. Thank you for joining us today.
Pastor Campbell's been on like faithfully. We got to get him on sometime.
Yeah, that's true. Let's get Pastor Campbell on here. Oh, Kate said I'm screaming. That was funny, bro. Like that was the funniest thing. So what are you repenting for, Lewis? Why the communion? Why do you feel like you need to do a reset right in this moment?
Honestly, we're unfiltered. I walked into my house in a mood.
Did you?
Yes, I walked in a mood. Like we had an awesome meeting. I felt great. I walked in the house. Dog started biting at my ankle, and I instantly shut down. And I started operating in my mask, and started created an environment that wasn't healthy in my own house as soon as I walked in the door.
Look at the maturity.
So every once in a while, I need to be washed in the blood.
I should not have laughed. That was actually a real statement, but I shouldn't have laughed.
We're being unfiltered, right?
I think we got some questions for Lewis.
I think it was the way he said it because he got me too. I wasn't supposed to laugh either.
Yeah, I wasn't supposed to laugh at that. He was actually making a really good statement.
That was. I apologize, Lou.
Put it on a t-shirt.
And then you just. All right, here we go.
Let's just go. Let's just go.
Here we go. He said, Lou taking communion.
That was yeah. I'm serious. That's probably one of the funniest moments in the show. I can't catch myself on that one.
All right. Let me get back. Where am I at? Here we go. You ready, Lou?
Yes, sir. Give me your best shot.
Whoo. Heard you was destined for the league after you got out of college. What cut that short, my man?
Myself.
What?
Yeah, me.
What'd you do?
I got in my own way. Yeah, a lot of times we tend to come up with excuses for our own downfalls in life. Coach wouldn't play me. Coach wouldn't give me a shot. Boss wouldn't give me a promotion. Boss wouldn't give me a shot. Teacher didn't like me. We come up with all these excuses in our lives. But once you actually do some soul searching, you're actually the root cause of all that stuff. Because if you're good enough to not get overlooked, like you have to go out and make yourself better than anybody else so that they have no excuse but to give you the light. They have no excuse but to play you, or no excuse but to take a chance and give you that promotion. A lot of times we just come up with all these excuses in our lives of why we couldn't do something that we wanted to do. But ultimately, who's it come down to?
So you didn't take your shot?
No. Because I would, if I can be honest, instead of baseball, I was focused on women. I was focused on drinking.
Hey, here goes the real question. Are you sure with those ankles?
Come on. I'm trying to
say. Us Boydens are known for our ankles and our elbows. Like, I turned down baseball for a gold bond.
Gold bond.
I was see that elbow in the commercials that's rubbing the lotion on. That's me.
That's you.
That's my elbow. You know, we're getting the gold bond money over here.
That mug was sharp too, boy.
Dude.
That bug was sharp.
Listen, bro. Like, I'm so glad that you shared that, because most guys were just like, man, listen, you could have gone so far. You could have had this happen. We always come up with excuses of why we didn't get there, and always the excuse has to do with other people. We never take responsibility. And that was pretty dope, bro, that you would just like, at the end of the day, it was me. I got in my own way. You know, I wanted to party. I wanted to drink. I wanted the girls. And that's what I wanted to do. But man, that's like, how did you get to that point where you could actually really be honest and be real about the things in your life? And how can other people, because there may be other people here who've missed opportunities, who've missed times in their life where they could have gone further than where they are, or could have taken an opportunity that they didn't, but they're too busy still blaming somebody else. Like, how did you get to that point?
That's what I was going to ask. How many years back did it take you, would you say it would be for you to say that?
It took several years. It took a lot of soul searching. Honestly, some of it came, you know, you get in the car, you pop on the radio, you pop on a podcast, you do that. But when's the last time you just sat in silence and just thought, just gave yourself time to think and gave yourself time with God? As I was in the car, I developed this habit when I started dating Danae. So I guess you could source this time back to like 2016. But I stopped listening to the radio every time I hop in the car. Well, not the radio, but like my music every time I hop in the car, or podcast. I was just driving silence every once in a while and just connect with God. And as I did that, then I was able to realize more things about myself. Then I was able to continue to push myself to grow, because ultimately, a lot of times that's everything else that we put on is just noise that we use to distract us. And sometimes that distracts us from the one who's trying to hear, we should be hearing from the most. So
that's good. That's heavy right there. That's really good.
You've been watching some episodes, ain't
okay,
you?
First off, Campbell, you're about to get you're getting your invite rescinded. I ain't asked you.
The ashy elbows and the ashy ankles is what got you off the team.
He got me fired up. I looked down at my phone and looked at the comment. I was like, wait, hold on, brother.
He said, you ashy. Man, he been going hard. We might have to get him on here.
Yeah, we need to get y'all might need to have a come to Jesus moment. We might need to bring him on at the end of the show.
I'm just send him some communion.
Yeah.
Right.
It's all love. It's all love.
Yeah, man.
Go ahead and say what you was gonna say, Pastor Muta.
No, I was just agreeing with him when he said something that a lot of times we put stuff on is to distract us. and to keep us from hearing what we really need to be hearing. And that's the voice of the person who we should be hearing the most, which is God. So that's deep, man. I wish more of us would do that, because I got that habit of, as soon as I get into the car, I always have to have something on. Wherever I'm at, Lewis knows how I work. I always got to have something on. In a meeting, I've got to have background music on. Yep. And sometimes those distractions are what keep us from hearing what we really need to hear. So that was dope, man. I love that. Barbara's watching. She's told me 32 times. And Amy's watching too, by the way.
Y'all coming hard.
Everybody know.
Lou, I think you trying to get you an award or something, ain't you?
Hey man, I'm just trying to get a VIP seat. Like whenever I want to hop on, just to hang out, I can.
Oh, you know you have that all the time.
You already got that. Got that. Anyway, let's go on. We'll see if you want the VIP pass after this one.
Did you say anyway?
Anyway.
Oh.
Don't let me throw you off, man. I'm sorry.
You didn't. I'm thinking about that VIP pass.
We're sending that too.
It's on the border right now. It's teetering right there. So anyway, let me ask you this question. I heard you got beat up on the school bus as a kid. Tell me about that.
Dang.
Yes.
Okay. Tell me all about that.
Well, hold on. First of all, you got beat up on the whole school bus, though, in front of people?
I got beat up and down that school bus.
That's a little aisle, too, boy. She would drag you across them seats.
You exposed the best part of the story.
Oh, okay. My fault. Go ahead. Share your life, man.
Let me
your experience.
So, first through fourth grade, went to Catholic school. And a lot of those kids, I got in a lot of scuffles growing up, right?
You got a lot of scuffles at the Catholic school?
A lot of scuffles in the Catholic school.
Why are you getting into scuffles at the Catholic school?
I'm very
You're supposed to be taking communion.
Oh,
I'm very protective by nature.
We just brought him back to a moment.
I'm very protective by nature. So like anytime anybody would mess with my friends or whatever, I would step in. So I was used to dominating smaller people.
So you used to beat up on kids.
I beat up on other kids.
So you were the bully.
My grade.
You was a bully.
You're a bully. And we let you minister to our youth, and you were a bully all along.
There's grace. You had a whole nice post about DMX earlier. I need you to calm down, sir. The same grace that covers DMX covers Lewis.
There you go. Love it.
So I was used to winning a lot of those scuffles. Let's say scuffles. So we're on the bus. I transferred to public school, 5th grade. We're on the bus, and this girl's talking, and I say something smart back. And
hold on. He hasn't been to public school yet. He's been in these little private schools the whole time. So he didn't know what he getting himself into.
I didn't know. I should have known when she was bigger than me. So she goes on and says something. I say something back.
Big girl.
Got a smart mouth. So you need to check. You need to chill.
You're the one. You said it. You said I should have known something when she was bigger than me. I'm like, what you got against big girls?
Just an assessment. Like I should have assessed the situation. And no, girls grow faster than guys, develop before guys. I'm still like
trying to dig himself out the hole.
So she says something. I say something back. She says, "Shut up." I'm like, "Shut down, go up. Prices due." And she said,
"You did not say that."
I did. I was in 5th grade. I was like, come back.
He's like, I got bars.
So she goes.
Oh man.
She goes, say that to my face.
Hold on, Kel's got a question for you.
These comments are killing me, man.
I love women. I love them. They're great. The greatest woman in my life is my wife, Danae. I don't got any other opinion outside on any other type of woman. I love Danae. Here we go. And my mom and my sister. I love them. Anyway.
I don't know what this is.
Anyway.
Denver's got his glasses off.
So I said, shut down, go up. She says, say it to my face. She's in the back of the bus. I'm in the middle of the bus. No, she's in the middle. I'm in the front.
So he can't remember. He got knocked out.
Yeah.
He can't remember. He had a concussion.
Like 20 plus years ago. So I get up and I walk over. She stands up and we're in the middle of the aisle, and I said it to her face. Next thing
What you say, Lewis? What you tell him? What you said?
Don't. I got whiplash.
Oh God!
I got next thing you know,
man.
I'm 2 seats back.
Oh man.
So can I be real? I was not in the best frame of mind. I have a temper. I'm a hothead a little bit.
Why you didn't use it?
You fought a girl.
No, so I swung. Yeah,
you swung on a woman.
I swung on a girl.
You was in
girl that
5th
was
grade.
bigger
Man.
than me.
You get a pass. You was in 5th grade.
She actually like ducks it. It's like, dang, this is Mike Tyson's daughter. She ducks it, right?
She had skills.
Grabs me. Oh, boom! Body slams me on.
Oh no!
You got body slammed by a big girl?
I shouldn't laugh.
She's not a big girl. She was just bigger
You
than me.
said she was a big girl.
Bigger than me.
Okay.
She went on to play D1 basketball as a center.
Wow.
God.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, friends with her to this day. It's all good.
Did she still remember whooping you?
Yeah. No, she did after I called her out on it. I was on Facebook Live and she popped up on my live. I'm like, oh, yo, remember that time you beat me up on the bus in 5th grade? That was crazy.
You said that as a grown man. You reminded somebody that they be.
It was while I was on live for youth. And she had popped up on the.
All right, so hold on. You used to beat up on kids. You hit a girl.
I didn't hit her. I didn't connect. She slammed me.
He said I didn't connect. Oh God.
Yo. Hey,
Lou, I got a question.
Hold on.
If you see her now, if she flexes on you, what you gonna do? If you see her now to this day, if she flexes on you like you was on the bus, what you gonna do?
Yeah, we got a hug, forgiveness. A hug of forgiveness.
Yeah, you better hug. You better get a hug.
Pastor Campbell's still coming at Lou. He said Lou's still traumatized.
I am.
Blow by blow. Bro, I need to talk.
So I don't know if my parents are on this at all. I don't know if they're watching this.
They jumped.
They're like, dang, we gotta drop him from the family.
Lewis,
heard that your dad.
There are hotline numbers for you and to assist you with this issue. Oh no, Amy Carroll. She says it doesn't take much to be bigger than Lewis. Ouch. Out. More communion juice.
I'm repenting from like all the angry thoughts that went through my mind because I preached a message on murder, and
yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
Tell him to look back at that sermon. Let him know something, Lou. Tell him you don't play. Tell him.
He said, "I'm murder people."
Ooh, Lou.
That was crazy. I was young. I was dumb, and that's when I checked myself, and I was like, it ain't worth it to be out here angry, fighting people all the time.
Yeah, because you get body slammed.
Sometimes you come across the wrong one.
You did, man.
She had time that day. She had time.
How far into your public school was you when that all went down? That was like your first day?
No, it was like basketball season. So it was like it wasn't like the regular school bus. It was like the after school bus because the regular school bus would have dropped me off with kids in my neighborhood and everything. But the after school bus took you all over the place. So what you saying?
So you messed with the wrong chick in the wrong
neighborhood. I messed with the wrong one, the wrong day.
You was in trouble. You had to stay after school and ride the late bus.
I was playing basketball.
And you was on the bus with some bad kids and you just got whooped.
I got mixed in with the wrong crowd.
Yeah.
Oh, so you got caught up with the chick that was in detention.
Yep.
That's what it was.
Possibly. I don't know why she was on that bus that day.
Rest of the school year.
Had I had y'all to help me with this assessment going into it, I wouldn't have ever walked into that situation.
Nope. I'd have been like, dang, Lou, you shouldn't have said anything.
Reason she got to be out of school right now. Girls basketball is already done.
Mm-hmm.
She has no reason to be on this bus but detention.
No, I wouldn't have said nothing, Lou. I'd have been laughing at you. I would have laughed at you when she body slammed you. I would have been yelling.
No, it was crazy. We had one of those hype people on the bus that like with the big mouth. He's like, "Oh, I'm telling everybody."
That would have been me.
And I was like,
would have been me.
At that point, I was like, I got to transfer. I got to go somewhere else.
Did you go to a different school?
My saving grace. One of the dudes on the bus on the basketball team was like, "Man, it happened. It's whatever. You don't need to go telling everybody." And I was like, "Oh man, you're a saint."
That dude better been your best friend for the rest of the school year.
Hey,
They gave him all your lunches.
we giving up lunch.
Juices.
The same girl got in a fight in the lunch line with another tall girl, and I was sitting there like, "Oh snap!" It was like
Wow.
2 weeks later. It's crazy.
She was fighting everybody.
Hey, she just beating up everybody. Lou, you didn't know that? It's basketball season, so you should have knew who was the toughest by then.
I should have.
No,
Lou wasn't paying. Lou wasn't paying attention. Where else does that show up in your life, Lou?
he came from that Catholic school. I see what it was. He's used to beating up on them little guys.
Yeah.
Like everybody, I'm tough.
Yeah, man.
Dang, Lou.
Whew, Lou, that was a good one, man.
Man, I don't even know if I should ask.
I realized pastors get into a lot of fights.
Yeah,
Because almost every pastor we've talked to has been in an epic fight.
That was the only fight I ever lost.
That's the only fight you ever. So you've been in another fight.
I told y'all I stopped fighting after that. I ended on a loss.
He said I ended on a loss.
I retired. I said, I took my ball and I said, I'm going home.
He said I ended on a loss.
Got me out here messing with these nice people.
I probably can't even ask this next question then.
Please do.
Well, I think we just heard it. What was your most embarrassing fight loss?
That was it.
Yeah, that's it. No, yeah. We can't ask that question.
No.
We know that for sure.
Yeah, so moving right along. Good job,
Moving
Lou.
right along.
Way to mess up my
Jose said you can't leave the gym on a miss. That is true.
See, now you got to call it back up, man. Call her out. You know what you do? You know that like with the stick with the soft things on the end, the little joust.
Yeah. You got jouster.
Now, man.
I'm cool with you hopping on like Wii boxing or something like that. I'm cool on that.
Man, you got to hit her with something. You got to get it, man. She slammed you on the bus.
Denver, we can't talk about hitting women on this. We are literally about to catch a case.
Well, he's not hit. The stick is hitting her. Really.
The
next question, Denver. Let's move along.
Let's move right along.
Yes, Amy, it was all before cell phones. Thank God.
Yes, because I would love to have a copy of that.
There's an 8mm videotape out there somewhere.
Somebody had the camcorder.
The bus camera. The bus camera probably got it.
For real.
Oh man. Kels is gonna sponsor your rematch.
No, but after
clowning in the comments,
I out on the live, she did hop. She sent me a message and apologized for all that. So I told you, we're on good terms. It's great.
That's great. Good. Wait to turn
the other cheek. She whooped you that bad that she had to apologize to you.
Way to turn the other cheek. Way to turn the other cheek. You never know when you might get slapped again. Anyway, moving right along. What's the biggest hurdle in transitioning from youth pastor to campus pastor?
Oh man. The biggest hurdle transferring from youth pastor to campus pastor, I'd say one that has been a little bit different than expected is kind of letting go with a lot of youth stuff. You spend a lot of time intentionally with these students. You teach them. You have them in small group. You connect with them outside, and you still have those youth pastor tendencies. So, like on Sunday mornings, first people you go up to are the youth. You start talking to them. You start connecting with them. Like, yo, I spent past 2-3 years doing this.
Yeah.
And now I'm actually spending more and more time on the bigger picture. Like, it's easy to get caught up in, okay, here are the youth. I want to talk to them, but I got a production team I got to look after. I got to make sure worship is got everything they need. Kids being in another building, got to make sure they got everything they need. But my heart immediately goes to, how are the youth doing?
Yeah.
That's good.
No, that's dope, man. I love that. So what does a campus pastor do? Because I know that some people are like, wait, hold on. Doesn't the church already have a pastor? So what the heck does a campus pastor do?
The campus pastor is basically the person set in front of the growth of the church. They're the people who will visit you in the hospital, who will call to check in on you, who make sure that the from kids age to the youth age are on a trajectory to being able to continue to serve and grow within the church. And a lot of times youth and kids get siloed off and become separate from the church because we spend so much time focusing on doing stuff for them. But ultimately, it should be a pipeline directly into the local church, so the kids and youth are modeled what it is like to worship, what it is like to follow Jesus. Right. And so just making sure that the family structures are healthy, that the worship experiences are super dope and flawless, and pretty much just assisting Pastor Muta in any way I can, assisting the lead pastor in any way I can, just to make sure that he has everything he needs to knock it out the park in his areas.
Yeah, so pretty much I don't have to do anything anymore. I just show up and preach. That's what people expect pastors to do, right? I work one day.
I wish it was that easy for you. I wish.
You already doing that, Pastor?
No, I wasn't.
Anyway,
doing that.
All right, Lewis. So give me one thing that you're gonna miss about being a youth pastor, and not just, you heard I say youth, because that's what you did that.
Yes,
and not just missing the kids. What's one thing that y'all used to do as a youth pastor that you're gonna miss the most?
I miss torturing them kids, man.
Man,
that sounds really crazy. Wait, let me say this.
Like, so did we just say this on air?
It's unfiltered. Our games were so fun with these youth. Like, we had this thing called the Wheel of Misfortune.
Oh yeah.
So when we'd have our big youth rally night, we play these games, and like we do, like, say it's March, St. Patrick's Day theme. We're gonna do some shamrock shakes. So we get a blender out, we get some mint ice cream, we get like a whole bunch of green little things to put in there, and then you spin the wheel and it can land on something that's green that won't taste good in ice cream. So then they have to, it's just the fun games, and the kids had a blast doing it. Jose could probably chime in on how much fun.
Parents, we made sure that everything was safe.
Everything was
for
safe.
Your children. It can be ingested and not cause any.
We didn't put anything crazy in there. It was like different little ingredients that were fun. We did different little games that were just out of the box. We had them like searching for stuff in mashed potatoes, and we took them up to a camp, and Jose was wrestling a kid in a sumo suit and mashed potatoes. Like, it's just
that's what you should do with the old basketball player girl who slammed you.
Sumo suit wrestle.
Sumo suit wrestle.
Can we leave that topic alone? We're like three.
I just feel like you need some redemption on that, bro. Like, I feel like you need to get back. You need to assert yourself.
I think Amy got a question that she wants addressed.
Oh, what?
Good question.
What she want to know?
Are you still leading youth too, and is someone else taking over that?
Danae is currently serving as our youth director right now.
You've said that name a couple of times. Who the
heck
is
wife?
Danae?
My lovely, beautiful, awesome wife, Danae, is currently our youth director.
Awesome.
Awesome.
And doing a phenomenal job at it as well too. So let me flip this question real quick. Let me go a different direction and actually go back a little bit. Lewis, you didn't originally go to school to be a pastor.
No.
You did not intend to be a pastor.
Had zero intention. Actually, I got a story about that.
Oh. Okay. Tell us about it.
It's a weird story. So I'm gonna need y'all to track with me.
Okay.
Freshman in high school, sick from school, laying in bed watching Price is Right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sick, so like all the fluid's not in my body really. Mm-hmm. So I catch a crazy cramp in both my legs.
Mm-hmm.
Like in bed.
That's how you catch cramps.
Yeah, I was like It was crazy.
Those some weak muscles.
At the time, I wasn't working out, so yes, at the time, not currently. Chill.
Cramps hurt.
So I got both legs cramps. And then I'm like, God, if you relieve me of these cramps, I swear I'll be a pastor. Cramps, gone.
Are you serious?
Wow.
And then
so God been plotting on you since you were 13.
I don't know why I said that, but then I was like, God, I was just playing. Like,
and then the cramps came back.
Mm-hmm.
But dude, that is so. That is so fun. Man, I would love to lean in on this, but I'm gonna take a step back again, going back to what the question I was gonna ask you. Somebody said something to me when you were a part of the church and you weren't pastoring, you weren't trying to be a pastor, you would just serve in the local church. You would just serve in the local church. And somebody made a statement because at the time, maybe you were 27, 26, 27.
Was it
And
pre-Danae or
this is you guys have just started dating. Okay. You guys have just started dating.
I needed to know my trajectory at the time.
And there was another younger couple in the church who were in their 20s as well, too. And they said something. They were like, you know, we want to serve in the church, but not like Lewis and Danae. Mm. And really what they were saying is you guys were 100% committed. You guys were showing up. Like whenever the church doors were open, you guys were there. Whenever there was a need, you guys always stepped in. Like when you had every opportunity to do everything else, like the average 26, 27-year-old does not look at the church in that light. What was going on in your heart? What was going on in your mind to make a commitment to serving the kingdom at the level that you were? So much so that even people who were your peers were like, whoa, I think you're overdoing it. Or I think, wow, I don't want to be that dedicated. Like, first of all, what does that statement mean when somebody says, I don't want to be like Lewis and Danae in the way they're serving? Like, I want to serve, but I don't want to be like Lewis and Danae, number one. So that's the first question. What does that statement mean? And number two is, what made you guys say, we're going to go against a status quo of what the average serving commitment is or serving member is and be all in? So you got two questions there.
A two-parter. Okay.
I try to drink with the cap song.
Yeah, no doubt. I don't want to serve like Lewis, man. That, I mean, in one way, it's celebrate the fact that they acknowledge that I was serving at a level that was inspiring. That's awesome.
An elite level.
I hope to continue inspiring, because ultimately, the work that we do is not work; it's worship. It's
that's good.
In everything that we do, we're doing to create an experience for other people who may not have already had an experience with Christ or are looking for a home, a place to worship, and a place to call home. I want to set the model. I want to set the temperature. I want to set the standard, because at the end of the day, if people were able to look at me and say, "Hey, man, this guy's really working hard for Jesus," like, that's awesome. Like that. So that's just a complete side note. Like I like that. That's awesome. That's cool. What makes me want to work at that level? God gave everything for us. He expended the resources of heaven with us in mind before we were even a thought. So what more can I give? I don't look at it as like, man, I'm doing a lot. I look at it like I'm not doing enough for Christ. Wow. Because like, man, it's just, when you really break down the story of Jesus's time on earth, it was all a model of serving. And I want to serve like Jesus. Like, if he set the model, that's who I'm trying to, that's who I'm after. They may be saying, hey, I want to serve like Lewis, or I don't want to serve like Lewis. Lewis is trying to serve like Jesus.
Woo! I love that.
Man, everything just got hot right there. Like,
yeah, that was some drop. He says everything that Jesus' time on earth was essentially serving.
Yeah.
So don't serve like Lewis. Lewis wants to serve like Jesus. That's a drop the mic moment right there. I love that, man. So what would you tell somebody who is, and yes, everybody who's watching is like, pastor is trying to make a point. I am, because this is awesome and I get the floor right now. So like, what would you tell anybody who's like, yeah, but I don't have that, I don't have that time, or I don't have that
you don't know my situation.
Yeah, you don't know my situation, because I actually literally had a text message from someone who, yes, I'm saying I got a text message. Sorry, send me a text message. It might come out.
You didn't say who. It's all good.
I didn't say who it was, but somebody sent me a text message because there was some guys was Denver and Dustin. They really like had some really great wisdom to share about our commitment, you know, and how we show up and all of that. And so somebody sends me a text message and said, well, you don't know my situation. Exactly what Denver said. You don't know my situation. Not everybody can serve like that. I don't want my faith to be judged by how much I serve or something like that. What would you respond to that?
Man, to be honest, we have, I say we because I struggle with this too. Everyone does. We often look at time as a burden instead of a resource. We have 24 hours of the day, and like what you make time for what's important to you at the end of the day. I was actually just reading this in 1 Samuel, the story of David and Goliath, 1 Samuel 17, verse 40, New Living Translation. It said, David armed with only. That only was his like the staff and the slingshot. Armed with only those things, and he was able to defeat a giant. So many times we look at like, man, I only have this amount of time, instead of saying, man, I got 24 hours. I can do this. I have so much time. I only have so much time. I only have so much money. I only have. Dude is only armed with some tools that were able to defeat a giant that had been plaguing his people.
Yes.
Yeah, when I think about that, it's like, dang, like I have no excuse. And at the end of the day, my dad always said, you make time for what's important for you.
So basically you're saying if you got 24 hours, what you should be saying is, man, I got 24 hours. What else can I do within this 24 hours?
Boom, bingo. What else can I do? What can I create in this 24 hours? Each day we wake up and we create.
Not I only have.
Yep.
That's good, man. Lou.
You were dropping so many bombs. I was trying to keep up in the chat and try to post what you said. We look at time. I'm gonna talk about it as I'm typing it. We often look at time as a burden, not a resource, and we make time for the things that are important. Wow. Good stuff. Good stuff, man.
There, Lou, you come to you, man.
I told you,
get back on next week, ain't you?
I'm just trying to hang out, man. Like, this is fun to me. We can
Lewis
do this.
Said, I am coming back. Like, I'm gonna make sure I'm earning my stripes. I'm gonna be back on this thing. They're gonna have me back. I'm gonna drop all the nuggets.
Don't keep me on. Hey, Lou, you ain't trying to take my job, is you?
No, I don't want your job, man. You do an awesome job. I want you to continue being the best Denver. I'm gonna continue being the best Lewis, man.
All right, dang.
Love it.
Let's create together, man.
The humility. Okay, we've got 5 more minutes, guys. What questions do you have for Pastor Lou here? I would love to hear what you guys have to say. Denver, what else you got?
I got another one for you.
You got one more?
What are you the most excited about when the first phase of the building build out is done?
Ooh.
Bro, like, to be honest, like being in this from day one, like a lot of people think of like the middle school as like day one, but being like at the elementary school day one,
original dungeon,
you know, like
the original.
This place, like, I'm surprised we survived. Like, there was a statistic you were telling me about churches that plant in elementary schools.
It's something like 75 to 80% of churches that plant in elementary schools die within the first 24 months.
Wow.
I mean, we survived. We're not
we sure do,
man. So going from there to the middle school, to the high school, back to the middle school, 210 building, library, Niles, Philadelphia, the Rage. I'm just excited to call this place home, man. Like, but at the same time, that's not oh man, we get to call home.
Right.
Let's we can show up 5 minutes before, turn the lights on, and service is ready to go. No, I'm excited to get to work. I'm excited to take these next steps. I'm excited to continue to build. I'm excited not to settle, because ultimately I got my eyes on more than just this building.
Let's go.
I got my eyes on more than just Niles, Michigan. Like,
let's go.
I would love to see. I have friends that I'm trying to get to this church.
Wow.
I got friends and family I'm trying to get to this church building. I got, like, this is. So who was the pastor a few weeks ago said God doesn't give something without a work order? What
was that Pastor Jonathan who said that?
No, from Washington.
Joshua.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, man. This blessing he's giving us is coming with a work order. Like, it's like, hey, I provided this building. Now you guys got to go out and make some shake. Let's make some things happen.
Got a work order just to get in there.
Yeah, man.
That's all we got to do. Just a little work.
Yes, the future home of Relevant Church, but that doesn't mean that we stop there. We're the church everywhere we go, so we got to continue to be thermostat, set that temperature.
Man, Lou.
Okay. And y'all see why he's our campus pastor. There you go. But dude, it's been amazing to see you grow for these years. A lot of you guys don't know, like Lewis and I go back, Pastor Lewis and I go back from before day one, before Relevant Church was even planted.
Niles Young Leaders.
Yeah, before it was even it was just a thought in our brain. And I invited Lewis to come and be a part of it. And I asked him to commit for 6 months. And this month is probably 7 years that we've been together, like just riding this thing out together. And I can tell you, I don't know anyone, you know, who has been as committed for this long at this church, who is literally put in sacrifice, time, resources, a lot of long conversations with me because I'm long-winded. Hey, Denver, you don't need to shake your head.
I had something on my head.
But dude, I just want to tell you, just in front of everybody, man, how much I appreciate you. Of how people don't know. People do not know what you have sacrificed to be a part of this church. People don't know how much you have. How much you've given in terms of yourself into the church, how much you and your wife have given into this church. Because your wife, I mean, you guys are a package deal, because when she showed up, she showed out as well too, before you guys were even married, you know? So like, you guys truly are a blessing to this house. You guys make us better.
Yes.
You guys are truly, truly God sent. And I believe that God just uniquely brought you guys for such a time as this. So everybody give some shout out, throw some hearts, throw some emojis towards Pastor Lou real quick. Because
I want to add to that. Because Pastor Lou, you are a lot of people that come to Relevant their very first experience.
Yes.
And being that the way you come and show up, man, I wouldn't want nobody else. I've said it before, man. You was my first experience coming in, other than, you know, walking in the doors and the welcome home and all that.
Yeah.
But, you know, even though I was, you know, standoffish then, man, like, I wouldn't have wanted it no other way. You was big though. I wanted to give you one, but
see, that would have been my second fight loss, and I don't feel like dealing with that.
No, I wouldn't never did. I would never hit you, my brother. No, but no, man. All seriousness, man. Like you are a lot of people's first experience, man. And without that, like I don't think a lot of people would stay, because not a lot of people within the church go like you go, and even Danae, you know what I'm saying? Even myself, I don't.
And I'm just not a nice person. Like, Lewis, you're the nicest person on our team. Like, I'm just not nice, you know, like,
and see that makes me nervous though, because you're so nice that I think you got something, you know, just down there where you got a mic.
I've experienced it. Hold on, let me tell y'all, everybody on screen needs to hear this one. Everybody needs to know this one.
Yes, let's hear
Pastor Lewis has a dark side to him. Pastor Lewis.
Yes,
Pastor Lewis
on my birthday
was this close to my face, had me pinned down on the ground, And all I just had to do is hold space for my brother and just love him in that moment. And I was like, dude, you really wanted to take me out. You really wanted to take my life that day. Listen, even Matt Herm said,
but they
he's
was
a
about
witness.
To
He
you.
witnessed it.
They was about to tase Lou.
Listen, Lewis, when he saw me.
Your security, Denver.
Listen, Lewis saw me and he saw the girl that beat him up on the bus and he went red.
Right back on the bus.
Lewis thought he was back on the bus and he was like, this is my vengeance.
He did the butterfly effect.
Thank you for holding space for me, PM. Thank you for holding space for me. That's all they need to know.
Matt was a witness. Denver was a witness. We were just trying to allow you to experience all that you needed to experience and express everything you needed to express in that moment.
So that I may be revealed.
Yeah.
That you may be revealed, and praise God, because the man that's sitting here is a fully revealed man. So
and I'm scared of him now. I'm scared of him.
Yeah, we're all scared of him. We're all scared, and he's in the gym all the time. So like we can't. We ain't gonna fight you. We gonna use weapons. But dude, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Lewis. I feel like you got one piece of last word of wisdom, advice to somebody watching. I feel like the Lord has placed something, and it's something I felt it a little bit ago. Go ahead, Denver.
There's two things that we need. We need what Pastor Mutah's saying, and Kel Ferg wants to know what year you graduated.
What year I graduated? What, high school?
Yeah.
09, college 13, kindergarten 95.
What year you graduate to School of Hard Knocks?
School of Hard Knocks. I'm a grad, and that all blue Yankee is my graduation cap.
I don't even know what that is. Who is that?
It's Jay-Z.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Swagger like us.
If it came out after 2003, I don't know it.
Yeah, it was like way after that. It was my senior year in high school, actually.
Yeah,
a lot of people, me, guilty of this, think that I operate well under pressure. I operate well in chaos. But at the end of the day, the person who is actually creating that chaos is themselves. It's not just like, oh man, I operate well in chaos. I'm put in a pressure situation and then I can just thrive. I can just make things happen. It's usually a situation where the chaos is brought on by yourself. So you look at, I'm gonna use an example of NFL quarterbacks. Tom Brady doesn't have to operate under chaos because he makes all his checks before the play call. Peyton Manning didn't have to operate under a lot of chaos because he made all his checks before the ball was snapped. If we plan ahead, if we get things done ahead of time to make sure that when the stress test actually takes place, then we don't have to operate under chaos because we all operate better in a clean pocket.
Words of wisdom.
Dang, Lou.
Quit creating chaos and then lying to yourself and say you work better under pressure. Love it. Because that's what I do.
That was for me. That was for me.
Anything work better under pressure other than meat.
Right? That's very true. Or diamonds.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
So
everybody, thanks for being on this.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man.
Episode 3 done. We've got a whole list coming up. We're going to be going back to back. So stay tuned. Make sure you got your friends and your mama, your cousins, and your babysitter and your parole officer. And that was specifically for the one girl who beat Lewis up because I know she had a tether on her ankle.
She's thriving. She's doing her thing. Yo, hit up everybody.
Yeah,
Monday morning. No.
Hey Lewis, let me ask you this: if people want to follow you, find you online, how do they connect with you?
At Lewboy3, LEWBOY 3.
Word.
Twitter, that's my main source. Instagram, I follow back. Facebook, I got enough friends, but you guys can have me. I don't care.
Dang, I thought I was the mean one. I guess you got a little bit of meanness inside of you too.
Dang. It's all jokes. That was me in my mask. That was in my mask. Sorry.
Pastor Mutah says there's a little bit of truth in every joke.
A joke ain't a joke if we never get serious.
There you go.
Man, you just coming with all this. See, man, you got to quit checking up on us and watching previous episodes and seeing how hard they come See, I knew you. I knew.
He had something up his sleeve. He'd been waiting for that. He had been anticipating. He'd been taking notes. He's like, if they go this way, I'm gonna go that way.
Yeah.
If they go that way, I'm gonna go this way. So I see you.
Yeah,
I see you.
Lou, when you was in the mirror today before this went on, you was like, "Oh man, I used to be a youth pastor. They about to see I'm a campus pastor now, boy. I'm about to come
Boy,
hard out here."
I'm out here in the
like,
paint.
I am.
I am. Yep. Ding, 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 ding.
Oh no! Stop it! Stop!
All right, pray us out, man.
Prayers out, Lou.
Yes, no doubt. Father God, we just thank you so much for today. We thank you for Denver. We thank you for Pastor Muta for just putting this awesome show together, Lord, that we may just continue to share and connect, Lord, during the week. They make Mondays so fun, God, and I look forward to watching and taking part in Pastors Unfiltered. I'm thankful for this opportunity to even be on today, Lord. So we just pray that as we go our separate ways, that we just continue to follow in your footsteps, follow Jesus' model as a servant, Lord, and just continue to love, Lord. We just ultimately want to spread love. We ask that we have all the churches represented today, whether in the comments or online, have amazing worship experiences on Sunday, and that they continue to point people towards you. In your Son Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Amen. And Lewis, you got one last message from Kel.
I wish.
He said he got liquor in his grape.
No, this is
the way he was hitting it for real. I'm like, Lewis, what is in there for real?
Yeah, just because that's what it says on the label don't mean there can't be
Lewis,
no
that doesn't mean that's what's really in there.
We didn't see what happened off screen, but I don't think Hennessy and grape juice go together. So
they don't, and I would not have tried it like that.
You probably already tried it, man. You back in your debauchery days.
Hennessy with other things, but that's another conversation for another day.
Anyway, we're getting off the subject, man. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I want everybody to have a blessed week. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Thank you, Lewis. Thank you, Pastor Muta. I love y'all, brothers. Everybody in the comments, have a blessed week. We'll see you next Monday.
Deuces, y'all. Later.
Peace.